So right now, Pokemon investor confidence is at an all-time low from this bull market. It seems like more now than ever in this whole bull market, people are starting to rethink their decisions. People are starting to think about selling. People are losing confidence about this market. It's not as crazy as it used to be. And this brings up the topic of, Pokemon investing. I don't think is for everyone. And, in this video, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. So obviously, anybody can go out there and buy a booster box and sit on it. I'm not saying that, there's like some barrier to entry in terms of, okay, you need some special qualifications to be able to invest in a Pokemon. No, you don't. You just buy a booster box and sit on it. It's really that simple. But I'm talking about people that are trying to actually make money investing and holding the stuff. Like substantial amount of money. We're not talking about a few $100s. We're talking about thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I believe people doing it at a scale like that, it's not for everyone because of what we're seeing here recently with this, market and the behavior from people. Now, I feel like the whole preaching, long-term thing has sort of just, flown off like somewhere else. It's like non-existent in the space. I feel like this whole long-term talk is just not even there anymore. It's like, okay, we're looking at a very short-term, sort of thing here where, okay, in the last month, things aren't skyrocketing, but what does that really mean in the grand scheme of things with investing, right? Because, there's nothing wrong. And I always say this, there's really nothing wrong with buying something and selling it in the short term, right? I don't see anything wrong with that. But I feel like people are here then for the wrong reasons. And if you were trying to flip some of this product, especially at the prices right now or what you maybe bought it recently and trying to make a profit, you're not here for the right reasons, right? Obviously maybe you buy something like maybe Destin Rivals. Maybe you bought it in the low 200s and now it's $400. You can flip it, make a profit in just a few months. Sure, if that makes you happy and you can do that, nothing wrong, right? But I feel like some people are sort of in that mindset, have changed from investing to flipping and therefore have changed their expectations of what this market should really be. Because we really were so used to, just crazy gains out the gate, everything literally skyrocketing. You could just buy something at release and 3-4 months later it just goes up exponentially. And I feel like that sort of expectation has moved people from investing to flipping. And like I said, there's nothing wrong inherently with trying to flip and make money, but I think people are doing that sort of in the wrong way of, investing into booster boxes or investing into some of these ETBs, thinking it's going to double overnight and spending all this money that they would probably need to recoup in a short period of time. And therefore, you're looking at this market and are now scared and then are, selling. And that's where I feel like, this whole investing sort of thing is really not for everyone. And like I said, I mean, a lot of these people are just flipping. So I guess you could call it like, it's not really even investing at that point. But I think you guys know what I'm trying to get at here. It's just people are too emotional in the space. And I feel like for a market like this, especially in a bull market, it can be, pretty dangerous for some people. And I've seen some examples like on the internet, whether, they're true or not. I've seen examples of people literally saying, oh, my husband or somebody is, starting to invest in a Pokemon and they said, oh, in a few months, this thing is going to double and then I'm going to, sell it. And, I saw something about putting a down payment on a house or something crazy. They were talking about like some I don't know, but I've seen some crazy things out there and it seems like some people's expectations have completely, just gotten ridiculous. And this whole, crazy market, I think, has really brought some people in here for the wrong reasons. Now, is it entirely possible some things that you buy in like a year or two will double or triple? Is that possible? Yeah. But the thing is that people expect that sort of gain to happen within like a month or two or three. And it's like, what are we doing here? Right? We have seen some things in the past year go, parabolic because or exponentially grow because of how the prices were before this bull market. And I feel like some people, especially seeing some of these, I guess recent sets have that sort of movement in a short period of time. It's like an expectation now. And that's where I just feel like a lot of people, probably when the market inevitably does actually slow down and we see clear, a clear view of, okay, the market is probably going to slow down from here and we're going to enter sort of more of a dormant market, so many of these people are going to sell. And I've always talked about people selling and getting out this space is not a bad thing. I mean, obviously everybody has their own thing. Hey, if they sell, make a little bit of money, and even if it's not a substantial amount, who cares, right? But I really truly feel like the people in Pokemon investing and the type of people, I feel like so many people shouldn't even be doing it. So many people are really too caught up with the short term and can't see the long term, even though some people think they can. And some examples of that I see are like people that, talk about all these, minuscule things that happen in the market, like, oh, this thing, you know, it dropped like 5 or 10%, and they get scared from that drop. It's like, why does that really matter? Were you gonna sell it in like a month or two? Was that your plan, and why then you're upset or you're scared that it's going down? I've always talked about these downturns are literally just opportunities to buy, but it seems like every single time somebody says that they're going to invest or buy into something, when it drops they don't, because they're scared that it's going to drop even further. And it's this whole I guess psychological game that a lot of people fail at, because I don't know, it's just, I guess, human nature, or the type of people that invest into Pokemon. And that's why I feel like a lot of people really should not be investing into this stuff, because if you're going to be emotional, I mean, this is probably not the best thing ever, because for some people that are investing in large amounts, maybe that can't afford to do so, a lot of these people may have to be selling at a loss in the short term if they buy something at a high price and they need the money for something because they were expecting it to exponentially grow and it didn't. Those people might have to sell for a loss, and they're gonna just probably leave the whole space, because they had these unrealistic expectations about the market, and it didn't happen. So just to sum up this video, people are losing confidence so quickly, and it just goes to show the type of people that invest in a Pokemon. And that's why I truly believe this whole investing thing is going to continue to work over and over again, just because just people's behaviors, it just shows. And I already see it. And so many people now are just making videos about the market crashing and talking, and I don't know, this whole thing recently is just kind of crazy, how much drama there's been for just a small stagnation and slight correction with some things. And I think it just proves that many people in this space are going to leave when the market goes down, and this is just the cycle repeating over again. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.